Suddenly, I awaken with a start. The night is pitch black, and no one else is in the house. It's scary, being alone in the dark, so to find everyone, I head out into the garden. Our mansion's gardens are vast fields of green, surrounded by a thick, dense forest, with the trees blanketing out the light, almost like a massive curtain, like a stage in a theater somewhere. The curtain of trees opens with a swishing sound. Excitement fills me, anticipating the beginning of the grand play. In the distance, I hear the sound of echoes beyond the black curtain of trees. Inside the forest, the sounds of everyone happily playing around. The curtain doesn't open yet. Unable to restrain myself, I wander into the darkness of the forest. Darkness surrounds me, a blackness so deep it's suffocating. Not even the calming rays of the moonlight can reach this deep. The air is cold. The winter's chill so deep, my eyes feel like they'll freeze. For a brief moment, I thought I heard someone call my name, so I walk even deeper into the forest. After passing through the veil of trees, I find everyone waiting for me in the forest clearing. But something is wrong. Everyone is lying on the ground. Everyone is lying on the ground in pieces. The clearing is bathed in red. I don't understand. A stranger approaches. The look on his face says he wants to rip me apart. I don't understand at all. But someone else, someone I don't know, steps in front of me and is torn apart in my place. I'm just a kid, so I don't really understand. A splash. Something warm and wet hits my face. It's red. A red liquid. Red like a tomato. The person that was torn apart, that person I called Mom, never called my name again. I really don't understand. But it is just so cruel. I wanted to cry. I just felt like crying. Warm crimson blurs my vision, seeping into my eyes. But it doesn't bother me at all. The lonely moon floats above me, bearing witness in the night sky. It's strange. Why didn't I realize until now? Such a cold, horrible nightmare. Yes, I didn't realize it. That tonight, the moon is so beautiful. What is up, guys? My name is Sophia Leone, and welcome to Reading Tsukihime. A quick thing, I am aware that Tsukihime Remake has been announced officially for English translation. So the reason that I'm doing this is I want to read the original Tsukihime in its entirety before I get to the remake. For those of you that are somehow unaware, though I highly doubt it, there is an unofficial fan translation that was released fairly recently this year. And I do have the means of reading that on the channel as well. But we're going to get through the entirety of the original visual novel first. So, one quick note before we get going. I believe that there are H scenes in this game. So, if and when those come up, I will think of something for censoring them. I might read them, I might not. Really depends on if they're well written or not. I don't know if Kinoko Nasu is known for writing those scenes particularly well, but we'll see when we get there. Anyway, let's start from the beginning, shall we? A prologue. Not the prologue, just a prologue. When I came to, I was lying on the hospital bed. The curtain of the nearby window sways gently. It's a beautiful day outside, and the dry wind signals the end of summer. Hello, Tonoshiki-kun. Congratulations on your recovery. The unfamiliar old man extends his hand for a handshake. His square-rimmed glasses and warm smile are very befitting. His tidy-looking white clothes suit him perfectly, too. Can you understand what I'm saying, Shiki-kun? No. Why am I in a hospital? You don't remember, do you? You were involved in a car accident while you were walking. Your chest was stabbed by a shard of glass, and it was unlikely that you would survive. Very unbefitting of what a doctor would say, yet he says it while still smiling cheerfully. Terrible. I feel terrible. I'm tired. Can I go to sleep? Yes, you should rest. You must focus on recuperating and not push yourself. The doctor is still smiling. To be honest, I can't stand that smile anymore. Can I ask you something, Doctor? What is it, Shiki-kun? Why are there scribbles all over your body? And there are cracks all over the walls. Why are there cracks in the walls? The smile vanishes for just a brief moment, then returns to his face immediately. He turns and walks away. It seems there was some brain damage after all. Get a hold of Dr. Ashia in neurology. I also suspect he may have suffered some damage to his eyes. Spend the afternoon examining his eyes. The doctor whispers to the nurse so that I won't hear him. Weird. There are scribbles all over everyone's bodies. The sloppy, zigzagging black lines running all over the floors, walls, the ceiling. I don't understand what they mean, but looking at them makes me feel sick. I wonder what it is. The bed, too, is covered in these scribbly lines. When I touch the line with my fingertip sinks down into the crack. Oh! It seems as if I could reach farther down with something narrower, so I traced the line with a fruit knife that was lying on the bedside table. I didn't use any strength at all, yet the knife sinks into the bed, all the way up to the hilt. It was fun, so I dragged the knife along the scribbly line. Thud. With a heavy sound, the bed snaps cleanly in two. Yeah! I don't know how I'm gonna vocalize those. The girl in the bed next to mine screams. The nurses run over and take the knife away from me. How did you break the bed, Shiki-kun? The doctors don't ask why, but curiously persist on how I did it. I traced along that line and it broke. Hey, just why is this hospital full of cracks? You'd better stop with that, Shiki-kun. There are no such cracks like that anywhere. Now tell me, just how did you break the bed? You can tell me, I promise I won't get mad. I'm telling you, all I did was just trace the line with the knife. I see. Okay, we'll continue this conversation tomorrow. The doctor leaves. In the end, not a single person believed my story. As long as I run the knife along the scribbles, I can cleanly cut anything. I don't have to put any force into it. It's as easy as cutting paper with scissors. The bed, the chair, the desk, the walls, the floor. I've never tried, but probably... No, definitely, even people. But it seems that no one else can see these lines. The black lines only I can see. Despite being a kid, I gradually began to understand what the lines were. They're probably like stitches. Just like stitches that hold an open wound together after surgery. I think they're weak spots. After all, there's no way I could cut such a thing with a child's strength alone. Yeah, I didn't know until now. That the world is covered in these lines. These breaking lines that bind everything together. No one else can see them. That's why they're just fine. But I can see them. I'm scared. So scared I can't even talk. It's as if I'm the only one who went crazy. Maybe that's why. Why even after 2 weeks no one believes my story. Even after 2 weeks no one has come to see me. Even after 2 weeks I continue to live alone in a world surrounded by black stitches. I need to get out. I don't want to be in this room anymore. I don't want to stay in a place covered in stitches. That's why I decided to escape and run away to somewhere where no one else would be. But the wound on my chest still hurts, and I didn't get very far. That was when I noticed. I'm standing in the grassy field just outside of town. I really didn't get far at all. My chest hurts, and I feel so sad. I collapse to my knees and cough. There's nobody here. Drowning in this ocean of green at the end of summer. I feel like I'm about to disappear. But before that... Hey you. It's dangerous to sit down in a place like that. I hear a woman's voice from behind me. What do you mean, You're already a runt, so I can't see you if you're sitting in the grass. I was this close to kicking you, so watch out. She points at me rather grumpily. I get a little angry. After all, I sit in the 4th row from the front, so I don't think I'm that short. Kicked? By who? Isn't it obvious, stupid? You and I are the only ones here, so who else could it be but me? She declares this confidently as she folds her arms. Well, I suppose it must be fate that we met here. So, you want to talk for a little while? My name is Aozaki Aoko. Oh, I actually get this! Because I was reading Witch on the Holy Night on the Switch before I started reading this. Oh, this makes so much sense. What's yours? She extends her hand to me with the kind of cheerfulness one would show an old friend. I see no reason to refuse, so I tell her my name is Tonoshiki, and grasp her cool hand in return. Talking to her was a lot of fun. She didn't ignore what I said just because I was a kid. Instead, she listened. She listened to what I had to say, like a friend. We talked about many, many things. About my family. About how it was an old and respected family with very strict traditional values, and my equally strict father. About my little sister Akia, quiet Akia, who always followed me around. About our big mansion and the vast gardens, and how Akia and I would play together with our friends. I told her about many things almost feverishly. Oh, it's this time already. Sorry, Shiki. I've got some business to take care of, so let's stop here. She gets up to leave. My chest tightens and I feel sad, thinking that I would be alone again. See you tomorrow. I'll be waiting for you here, okay? You should go back to your room and listen to your doctor. Oh. She speaks with such ease, in such a natural way as she makes her way off. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow we would be able to talk like we did today. I'm happy. It was the first time I truly felt something since I awoke from the accident. Since that day, going to that grassy field in the afternoons became part of my daily routine. She would get angry when I called her Aoko. For some reason, it seemed she hated her own name. After some thought, I decided that she seemed like a very distinguished person, so I came to call her Sensei. Sensei would seriously listen to anything I had to say, and would always dispel my anxieties with but a single word without fail. I was depressed from the accident, but slowly, thanks to Sensei, I began to return to my former self. Even those scary black scribbles didn't seem quite so scary anymore when talking to Sensei. I didn't know who she was or where she was from. Perhaps she really was a teacher. But I don't care. It doesn't matter at all. Because it's fun being with Sensei. That alone is all that matters, and that alone is more than enough. Hey Sensei, look what I can do! I wanted to surprise her one day, so using the fruit knife I brought from the hospital, I cut down a tree growing in the field. Like before, I run the knife along the scribble-like line, and cut it cleanly across the base. Amazing, isn't it? I can cut anything easily, as long as it's somewhere where I can see the scribbles. No one else can do this, right? Shiki! She slaps me across the face. Sensei? What you just did was extremely thoughtless. Sensei gives me a hard, piercing glare. I don't know why, but I realized I just did something I definitely shouldn't have done. With Sensei's severe expression and the pain from my cheek where she slapped me, I felt very, very sad. I'm sorry. Before I knew it, I was crying.
Shiki.
Then, a gentle, warm feeling envelops me.
There's no need to apologize. It's true that you did something I should be angry at you for, but it's definitely not your fault.
Sensei squats down and hugs me.
But you know, if someone doesn't tell you otherwise now, one day you're going to make a mistake you can never take back. That's why I won't apologize. You can hate me all you want if you feel that way.
No, I don't hate you, Sensei.
Really? I'm glad you feel that way. I guess it was fate that the two of us met here like this.
Sensei began to ask about the scribbles I could see. As I told her about the lines, the black jagged lines that somehow only I could see, Sensei's embrace tightened.
Shiki, what you are seeing is something that should never be seen by anyone or anything. Everything in existence has points where they are most easily broken. We, who will break down one day, are imperfect for this reason. Your eyes have the ability to see the fate of all things. To put it another way, you can see the future.
See the future?
That's right. You can see death. You don't need to know any more than that. If someday you happen to go down that path, the principles will become clear to you as something that is needed.
Sensei, I really don't understand.
That's good. It's important that you don't understand now. All I want you to know is that you must never cut these lines on a whim or as a joke. Understand? If you do so, your eyes will begin to take the lives of others too lightly, and that is the worst thing that can possibly happen.
Okay, I won't do it if you say so, Sensei. Besides, it kinda hurts my chest. I'm sorry, Sensei. I'll never do it again.
Good for you, Shiki. Never forget the feelings that you have experienced here today. If you stay that way, I'm sure you'll find happiness.
Sensei finally lets go of me. But Sensei, I see those lines and get worried. They'll be cut as soon as I trace them, right? Then it wouldn't be weird for my surroundings to come apart at any time.
You're right. I'll be able to help you with that at least. It seems as if that's the reason why I'm here.
Sensei sighs, then favors me with a warm smile.
Shiki, I'll give you a very special present tomorrow. I'll give you your old life back. The one you were living before your accident.
The next day, exactly the 7th day after I met Sensei, she arrives in the grassy field, carrying a large trunk in one hand.
Here, if you put these on, those strange scribbles won't be visible anymore.
What she gave me was a pair of glasses. But my eyes are fine.
Just put them on. The lenses don't have any magnification or anything.
Sensei forces them on me. Suddenly, whoa, incredible! This is amazing, Sensei! I can't see the scribbles anymore, not at all!
Of course. I had quite a time stealing Mystic Eye Killer from my older sister to make this Aozaki Aoko masterpiece. So treat them well, or there will be hell to pay. Got it?
Yep, I'll take good care of them. You're incredible, Sensei. You made all those horrible lines disappear just like that. It's like magic.
Of course. I am a sorceress after all.
Giving me a proud smile, Sensei puts her trunk down on the ground.
But know this, Shiki. Those lines haven't disappeared. It's just that you can't see them. Once you take the glasses off, you'll be able to see them again.
Really?
Yes. That's the one thing that cannot be fixed. Your only choice is to keep living your life and do your best with the eyes you have now.
No, I don't want these scary eyes. If I cut those lines again, I'll end up breaking my promise to you.
Oh, you mean never cutting the lines again? Silly, you can break that promise whenever you like.
Really? But you said it was something I shouldn't do.
Yes, it is. But that is your gift, Shiki. It's yours to use as you see fit. No one else but you has the right to judge you. But out of all the abilities you can have, yours is terribly unique. If you have such a power, that means there is a meaning behind you having it. God doesn't give us powers for no reason. You might say that you were given the mystic eyes of death perception, because one day, a time will come when you will need them. That's why you must not live in denial of their existence.
Sensei squats down so our eyes would be level.
But you know, that's why you must never forget. You are a very kind and honest person, Shiki. As long as you remain the way you are now, your eyes will never bring forth any wrong. However, I'm not telling you to become a saint. All I'm saying is, live true to yourself, and become a man in the manner that you think is right. Since you can accept your mistakes and are able to apologize, I know that in 10 years, you'll become a great man. That being said...
Damn it. That being said, Sensei stands and reaches for her trunk.
Oh, but I must say, unless in exceptional circumstances, you shouldn't take the glasses off. Special powers attract other special powers. Only when you decide there's no other way should you take off those glasses, and even then, be mindful of how you use your power. Power in itself is not evil. What is evil rests solely in the hearts of the ones wielding such power. Be it for good or evil, it'll be up to you and the choices you make.
She picks up her trunk. Sensei doesn't say anything more after that, but deep down, I knew he would have to part. It's impossible, Sensei. I can't do it. I won't understand just by myself. The truth is, I was so afraid before I met you. I was only able to return to being me because you were with me. I can't do it. Not even with these glasses. If you're gone, I can't do it.
Don't say such things, Shiki. If you tell lies that even you yourself can't believe, you'll only make whoever hears you sad.
Sensei raises her eyebrows in displeasure and pokes my forehead.
You know it yourself, don't you? You're all right now. So don't say stupid things and give up on the self that you finally found. Only you can choose to be you. No one else can do it for you.
Sensei turns around.
Well, this is goodbye. Listen, Shiki. Life isn't easy. Everyone's life is a hard, long, rocky road filled with many pitfalls. You have more power than anyone else to do something about that. So pull yourself together.
Sensei is leaving. I was sad, but I'm Sensei's friend, so I have to see her off properly. Yes. Goodbye, Sensei.
Well done. That's right, Shiki. Hold on to that confidence, and always live true to yourself. When you find yourself in trouble, calm down and think things through carefully. Okay? A solution will always present itself if you do. It'll be alright. You'll manage, even on your own.
Sensei laughs happily. The wind blows. The field of grass sways in unison. Sensei was already gone. Goodbye, Sensei. After saying that, I really felt that I would not see her again. All that remained were her many words in these mysterious glasses. It was only 7 days, but she taught me things more valuable than anything else. As I stand there by myself, I feel tears well up in my eyes. Man, I was such a fool. I could only say goodbye. I couldn't even say a single word of thanks to her. I left the hospital soon after that. Afterwards, I didn't return to the Tono household, but was taken to live with my relatives instead. But it's alright. Tonoshiki will be just fine, even by himself. I'll spend a new life with my new family. And like that, Tonoshiki's 9th summer ended. The new autumn arrived, and I think I became more of an adult. Inversion Impulse 1. First day. October 21st, Thursday. Autumn. The last traces of summer are disappearing today, a Thursday halfway through October. This is the day when I, Tonoshiki, return home. It's been 8 years since I left. Shiki, hurry up. You're going to be late for school. I hear Keiko-san's voice floating in from the kitchen. Okay, I'm leaving, I call back. I place my hands together in the room that was mine at the Armas's up until now. I'm going. Thanks for letting me live with you these last 8 years. Clap, clap. I fold my hands together in prayer. Then, grabbing my only bag, I leave the room that had become so familiar. I walk through the entrance to the Armas's house, then turn to face it. Shiki, Keiko-san, who had come to the door to see me off, calls my name somberly. See you later. Take care, Mom. What a strange thing to say. I won't be coming back. Never again will I pass through this door as a member of the Arama family. Thanks for looking after me. Please give my regards to Father, too. Keiko-san simply nods. 8 years. The eyes of the person who had been my mother look so sad. I don't think I've ever seen her like that before.
I'm sure it'll be hard for you at the Tono's house. Please watch yourself. Your body is weak, you mustn't overdo it.
I'll be okay. After 8 years, I'm just as healthy as anyone else. I'm a lot tougher than I look.
I suppose you're right. But the Tonos are different from everyone else. I'm worried they'll be too much for you.
I know what Keiko-san means. My home from today forth will be a mansion, an uncommon sight in this day and age. Not only is the house amazing, but the family itself is highly respected. It's said they hold significant investments in many corporations. To top things off, it's my true home. The Armas have only been looking after me. But it's already decided. Yeah, it's something that's decided already. Alright, I'll be heading off then. Thanks for taking care of me. I repeat those words one last time, and turn my back on the household I had grown so accustomed to over these past 8 years. I leave the Armos's and start walking to school with a heavy heart. 8 years ago, I recovered from a serious injury that normally would have meant death. Then I was entrusted to the Armas, a family branching off from the Tono family. I had lived with my real parents at the Tono mansion up until I was 9. Then I lived with the Armas for 8 years until now, my second year of high school. I lived a normal life as an adopted son. From the time I met Sensei, those special circumstances Sensei told me about as she parted never happened, and the glasses hid the lines from me as long as I wore them. The life of Tonoshiki was a peaceful one. It meandered along gently, until a few days ago. The day when the head of the Tono family sent word to me. Return to the Tono mansion. The very family that until now had shunned me. I sigh again. To be perfectly honest, even before the accident, I'd never gotten along with the Tono household. Maybe as a kid I never liked the formality demanded by the family. Perhaps that's why I said nothing when the old man told me I was going to live with the Armas. I think it turned out well. I got along well with my adopted parents, Keiko-san and Fumio-san. It was as if they were my real parents. I lived a normal life in the loving family of the Armas, like a real son, just like I'd always wished. I don't regret living there. Except for one thing. My little sister, 1 year younger than me, remained behind with the Tonos. Akiya. I bet she hates me now. It would only be natural. She had to live in that mansion all by herself, under the constant supervision of that hard-headed old man. I could easily imagine what Akiya thought of me, the one who escaped. I let out another sigh. I can't help it. What's going to happen will happen. Today after school, I'll return to my true home. Lord knows what will occur. But for now, I've got more pressing problems. My watch shows 7:45. Homeroom starts at 8 o'clock sharp, and anyone who isn't in class by 8 is marked as late. Clutching my bag, I start sprinting towards school. I managed to make it to school in less than 10 minutes. I enter from the back gate, accomplishing a feat that would bring the track scouts running if they knew. Come to think of it, today's also the last day I'll come in through the back gate. The Arima and Tono houses are on opposite sides of the school, with the Arimoses being behind them while the Tonos is in front. Obviously, I'll be coming through the front gate in the future. And I quite liked the lonely atmosphere back here too. For some reason, the back gate at our school isn't really popular. Only 10 people or so, myself included, actually use it. It's quiet and pretty devoid of people day or night. Clang. Clink, clink, clang. Like I said, pretty quiet. The sound of a hammer mixed with distant birds singing reaches my ears. Hammering. Huh? Clang, clink, clong. A half-rhythmical ringing comes from one corner of the courtyard. What is that? Homeroom begins in less than 10 minutes. I don't have time to stop and find out, but I am pretty curious. Right now... Okay, so this is the part where I disclose that I am using a guide to go for all of the routes. So let me just pull that up real quick. Let me just make a quick save. Right there. And then I will make another one right here, just so I have a place to go back to. There's only a few minutes until homeroom. I have to head there right away. I arrive in class earlier than usual. Phew. I walk in to my desk next to the window. Good morning, Tono-kun. An unfamiliar voice greets me. Eh? I turn around, confused.
Tono-kun, the teacher was looking for you. He said he wanted to talk to you about your house.
My home. It must be about me moving. I should have finished the formalities yesterday. Perhaps there's something I forgot to do. The girl doesn't move, but stands there looking at me. Good morning, Yumizuka.
Yeah, good morning, Tono-kun. Looks like you remember my name.
Sighing with relief, Yumizuka Satsuki gives a faint smile. I can remember the names of my own classmates, you know. It's just that I haven't spoken to you much.
Yeah, I was a little nervous about talking to you.
Yumizuka smiles again. She seems happy about something. Yumizuka continues to stare at me, as if she wants to say something else. To be honest, I don't know her that well. Although we're in the same class, I can count the times we've spoken. But Yumizuka Satsuki is the center of attention. She's often the topic of conversation among the boys, and there aren't any bad rumors about her among the girls. In short, she's your typical class idol. Naturally, she's always surrounded by a crowd. She's the complete opposite of a loner like me. While I might be able to remember the name Yumizuka Satsuki, there's no reason for her to remember the name Tonoshiki. It seems like some bothersome coincidences are at work today.
Tono-kun, can I ask you a question?
If I can answer, you can ask as many as you want.
Sorry if it's something personal, but, you said you're moving. Are you going to move somewhere far away?
Her voice trails off, as if it's hard for her to ask. She clasps her hand to stop fidgeting.
I know it's sudden, but will you be transferring somewhere?
No. I'm changing my residence, but not my school. My new house is still in this town anyway, so it's no big deal.
Oh, that's good.
Yumizuka sighs with relief. How odd. Why would something like me moving cause that kind of reaction?
But are you going to leave the Arimos?
Yeah. I enjoyed living with them, but I can't leech off them forever.
Huh?
How does Yumizuka know that? No one at this school should know I was living with the Arimos except for a certain guy. What's up, Toto? A carefree loud voice rings out from the classroom doorway. As if on cue, the guy who's been my friend since middle school appears. Hey, if it isn't Yumizuka, it's not often I see you talking to Tono. Morning. God damn it.
Morning, Inoue-kun.
Yumizuka looks away with an unenthusiastic reply. I guess she isn't the type who'd respond well to a guy like him. Tono's picking up chicks? What the hell is going on? I thought you weren't interested in him. Arihiko exclaims his joke loudly. You moron, stop spreading lies. I'm a normal guy. Of course I'm interested in girls. Is that right? Good for you, man. Still, these days girls find it more amusing if you have a weird sex drive instead. But they'll only find it amusing and it won't go any farther. His bottomless, cheerful laughter echoes throughout the morning classroom. I let out another sigh. I once again wonder, like I have many times before, how I ended up knowing this person. His hair dyed orange, ears pierced, his vicious glare that shouts he'll pick a fight with anyone, anytime, and his wearing of rebellious clothes. Inui Arihiko is the only free-spirited outlaw in our university-oriented high school. Do you have to be so loud this early in the morning? I'm depressed about all sorts of stuff, so stay away from me today, okay? I wave my hands to shoo him away. Depressed? What's wrong, man? Is it that time of the month? Wait, I take that back. Rather than just for today, stay away from me for the rest of my life. My depression will only get worse with you around. Ignoring Arihiko, I head back to my own desk. Dropping my bag and taking a seat, I stretch my back. Hey, you can't just ignore other people like that, Tono. You're gonna hurt people with that careless attitude of yours. Oh, that's news to me. Isn't there some way I can kill them instead? If you can tell me how, I'll repay you by trying it out on you. That's cold, man. Aren't you just a little nastier than usual this morning? Didn't I tell you I'm depressed? Other people aside, I'm certainly not showing any kindness to you. Arihiko sighs. Why are you only mean to me, Tono? You're like a saint to everyone else. It's not fair. What, you just figured that out? The world's unfair. You really are only mean to me. Arihiko gives another exaggerated sigh. I didn't try particularly hard to be cold to Arihiko. That's just the kind of relationship we have. So, Arihiko, what's a chronically late night owl? Oh, sorry, let me redo that. So, Arihiko, what's a chronically late night owl who never shows up until second period doing here in homeroom? It's a little... No, it's very odd. I was thinking that too. Guess being at school on time isn't just for when I happen to wake up early. Well, I won't comment on your hobbies, but what I'm asking is why you woke up early. Why I woke up early? I guess it's because I can't stay out late since all that fuss started, so I actually go to sleep at night now. You've heard the stories about that serial killer, haven't you? I see. Come to think of it, I did hear something like that. I feel a tinge of regret at needing Arihiko to remind me. For the past 2 or 3 days, I had been debating whether or not to return to the Tono household, so I completely lost touch with the news. What was that again? They've given it some really nasty name, like the freakish serial killings or something. There's more to it. So far, all the victims have been young girls. The 8th victim was only 2 days ago. And to top it all off, they were all... Wait, what happened to them again? Arihiko tilts his head in contemplation. I'm an idiot for asking him. Yeah, I remember now. All the victims were cut up into pieces and arranged in a pattern or something.
No, Inoue-kun. Everyone who was killed lost a lot of blood.
Oh yeah, that was it. They said it's some kind of modern-day vampire or something. You sure know a lot about this, Yumizuka-san.
Not really. It's happening in this town, so it's in the news. You'd remember it even if you didn't want to.
I see. I thought it was happening in a neighboring town, but I guess it moved down here. Well, anyway, that's what happened. Even I wouldn't be going on... God damn it. Well, anyway, that's what happened. Even I wouldn't be going on the streets at night with a killer walking around. That's why I've been waking up at 7 lately. What, that's it? Having a good reason doesn't make a good story. Where's the fun in that? Man, you're cold. What, did you collapse from anemia already this morning? I'm alright, thanks for asking. If I was anemic 24 hours a day, I'd be dead by now. Yeah, you're right. If you say you're okay, then I guess you're okay. And the bell rings, interrupting our conversation. Hey, class is about to begin. Hurry up and get back to your seat. With a yeah, Arihiko goes back to his seat.
See you later, Tono-kun.
Yeah. Sorry for keeping you, Yumizuka-san. Her light footsteps tap across the floor as she returns to her desk. Second period is over. Our homeroom teacher, who's also our math teacher, calls out to me as he leaves. Tono, your documents are missing some details. Please go visit the office. It shouldn't take long, so I'll head to the office before the third period starts. The office is on the first floor. The second-year classroom is on the third floor. But I could make it before third period starts if I run. I run. And run. And run. The impact floors me with a thud. My head hits something and the world swims before my eyes. Ow, 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 ow. I hear a voice nearby. It's a woman's voice I've never heard before. It looks like I ran into someone. I'm sorry, are you alright? Still can't see my surroundings too well, but I apologize to the person I hit.
Yes, I'm alright. How about you? Are you okay?
There's no trace of accusation in that gentle voice. I don't know who she is, but it seems she's worried about me. Yeah, I'm also okay. I shake my head and stand up. Finally, I can see her clearly.
Are you really alright? Your forehead is swelling up.
Huh? I feel a prickle of pain when I try to touch it with my hand. Just like she said, I'm developing a magnificent lump.
I'm so sorry. I wasn't paying attention to where I was going. Your forehead must really hurt, right?
The female student gazes apologetically at my face. From the formal way she spoke, I assumed she was a first year, but from the color of her ribbon, I can see she's a third year. In other words, my senpai. No, it's fine, really. I'm the one at fault. Sorry for bumping into you, senpai. I lower my head in a bow.
Oh, come to think of it, you're right. You shouldn't be running down the hallways, you know. There are people like me spaced out while looking down at the courtyard.
Yes, I'll be more careful. Are you alright, senpai?
Yes, I only fell. It's because you ran into the wall while trying to avoid hitting me, Tono-kun.
Really? No wonder I'm seeing stars. I'm lucky to get off with just a bump after running into a wall at that speed. Sorry about that, but spacing out in the hallway is also dangerous, senpai.
Yes, I'll be more careful.
Senpai smiles and nods. It's an honest smile. Excuse me, I'd best be going. Beating the dust off my pants, I begin walking towards the office. But the older student continues to watch me through her glasses. Wait, just who is she? I was distracted because I ran into her, but come to think of it, she's beautiful. If she's this beautiful, the male students would be talking about a third-year beauty wearing glasses. I'm going now. You should go back to your classroom too, senpai. If you're in any pain, please come to my classroom. I'm Tono from second year, third class. I'll take responsibility. She nods. Even though she's older than me, it's like dealing with someone younger.
Alright. If anything happens, I'll come to your classroom at lunchtime. Remember, Shiki-kun, you mustn't run in the hallways.
Okay, but you shouldn't space out in hallways either, senpai. With that, I wave my hand and leave. Wait. Shiki-kun. I haven't told her my first name. Come to think of it, did she use my name earlier too? Huh? Have I met you before, senpai?
Eh?
Senpai cries out in surprise and mischievously puts on a depressed face.
You're terrible, Tono-kun. You forgotten about me?
Huh? Forgotten? No, I didn't think so. If I ever got myself involved with a beautiful woman like her, there'd be no way I'd forget. She looks up at me reproachfully. Those eyes. I'm sure I remember from somewhere, don't I? Come to think of it, we exchanged greetings once or twice before, didn't we? CL Senpai, right? I say her name apprehensively.
Yes, and I'm glad you remember. You seem the type to space out and forget, Tono-kun.
I don't think I space out, but there's nothing I can do about the fact that I forgot.
Well then, goodbye. Let's meet again at lunchtime.
CL-senpai bows again. I watch her walk down the hallway. Yeah, in advance, it's really not apparent, but the music and other audio in this is very loud in my headphones, so I'm trying my best to talk while still listening to it, because I want to be immersed in the story. It's lunchtime. Now then, where should I eat lunch? Oh, time for the second choice. It's lunchtime in class, and the classroom starts to liven up. Some guys are dashing off towards the cafeteria. A group of girls are rearranging desks to form a table, and some students are calmly leaving the classroom, boxed lunches in hand. I watch them while I sit down on the milk and bread I bought. Sheesh, not much of an appetite as usual, huh, Tono? This guy in front of me being here is already part of my daily routine, and I'm not about to start complaining now. But man, what's up with us? Just the two of us eating lunch together? What kind of meal goes unaccompanied by a beautiful blossom? If you don't have any blossoms, why don't you join that group over there? I'm not going to stop you. Idiot! When I say blossom, I mean a single beautiful blossom. Those girls making a group aren't good. They're poisonous rather than being beautiful. Arihiko's comment would have probably earned him some rocks thrown in his direction if the group of girls had heard him. Luckily, the girls in our class didn't hear his poisonous words. That's pretty harsh, Arihiko. I know you were a bad guy before, but haven't you been getting worse lately? You're surpassing merely bad and getting into deviant. I can't help it, can I? When there's a truly beautiful blossom at our school, my discerning eyes grow more critical. So who is this beautiful blossom? That's a secret. I don't want more competition now, do I? Arihiko laughs with an ambitious smile spilling over his face. As it is something I don't have, I'm a little impressed by his ability to express himself so frankly. And then, the person I just met comes in from the classroom door. With a boxed lunch in one hand, there's no way I could mistake her.
Hello, Tono-kun. Mind if I interrupt?
It's fine, of course. Smiling, CL-senpai brings over a chair and sits down naturally. Senpai, are you hurt?
No, I'm not hurt at all.
Even her smiling reply troubles me.
You said to come here at lunchtime, so I thought it would be rude if I didn't.
It's true that I said that, but what I intended to say was that she could come and I would take responsibility if she ended up being hurt.
Senpai!
Arihiko slams the table with a bang as he stands up.
Oh, Inui-kun. Could it be that you and Tono are acquainted?
Yeah, we're more than casual acquaintances. Tono and I have been friends since we were kids. Right, Tono? You could even say we were best friends. Arihiko makes a tight fist for emphasis. There's no room for agreement or disagreement.
Oh, really? And it's such a coincidence that you two are friends.
It sure is. This bastard has such a calm face. I'm wondering just when did he start to get along with Senpai? Arihiko glares at me while laughing towards Senpai. Absent-mindedly, I wonder if that's what you'd call being well-rounded. In the end, Arihiko forcibly convinces Senpai to stay for lunch. Well, since she brought her lunch, perhaps that's what she had in mind in the first place.
Oh, Inui-kun, do you live by yourself?
Nah, I live with my sister. Our parents left us in charge of the house, so we naturally learned how to cook, that's all. Arihiko seems familiar with Senpai. He's able to talk to her more casually than I can. I've only met her a few times. By the way, Senpai, you said that you were called here by Tono. Did something happen?
Yes, I ran into Tono-kun during the break. I wasn't hurt, but Tono-kun hit his head.
And you came to see him because you were worried?
Yes, that's about right.
Senpai's voice is brisk and pleasant to listen to. Since listening is more interesting than talking, I keep silent. That's when Arihiko directs the conversation towards me. What's wrong, Tono? Running into someone? Don't tell me your anemia was acting up again. Arihiko's voice betrays his deep concern about my health. No, it's not that. I was running to the office to deal with some details for me moving. That's when I ran into Senpai. Really? Well, I guess your carelessness was at fault. Arihiko folds his arms and nods in agreement to himself.
Tono-kun, are you changing schools?
Senpai suddenly outbursts, almost hysterically. Really, why does she think I'm changing schools just because of that? I'm not changing schools, Senpai. I'm just changing my place of residence, so I filed the paperwork for a change of address.
So that means you're gonna be living alone?
No, I'm just going back to my real home. It's that fancy place on the top of the hill. I still can't quite believe it yet.
Oh, could that possibly be the Tono-san mansion?
Senpai asks with some hesitation. The Western-style house on top of the hill is probably seen as something special to the residents of the town. I haven't been there for 8 years, but even in my memories, the Tono mansion was ridiculously large. Yeah, that's right. I don't think it's the right place for me either, but it's too late now that I'm done moving. You don't seem too happy about it. It's not a particularly good or bad thing. I don't really understand it myself. Well, even if it is your house, it's been 8 years, right? I can understand if you're feeling restless. It'll probably feel like someone else's house for a while. I wonder if that's so. I haven't gone back yet, so I don't know. Well, I'm a bit relaxed since I've always got a refuge at your place. Listen, I'm not impressed with how you come to stay at my house every time something bad happens. I like your personality trait of not standing out, but I've hated how you're always too reserved for a long time now. Arihiko strikes the table with a bang again. Well, everything Arihiko said is true, so there's no way to fight back.
Inui-kun, does Tono-kun really stay at your house that often?
Yeah, he does. That damn Tono is too reserved toward his parents, and he would come to my place every long vacation. He's reserved toward them because they're taking care of him. That's why he comes over to my place, where we conveniently have an empty room. Since he looks pretty decent, my sister took a liking to him, and he shamelessly comes to stay with us without paying a cent. Arihiko's fist trembles as if to say, unforgivable.
Taking care of Tono-kun?
Arihiko clamps a hand over his mouth. Sorry, I should have thought before I spoke. It's okay, you didn't say anything wrong. I continue to eat my bread without looking at Arihiko. Really? Yeah, you're right. If you complain about that, you'll be in for some punishment. Arihiko nods to himself in agreement. His overwhelming optimism is something I am truly envious of.
Tono-kun, did you not get along with your previous family?
No, that's not it. This guy had... fuck. No, that's not it. This guy had no problem with the Arimas. Oh, the Arimas were the family who took care of him. They're really nice people, and from what I could see, they're a happy family. Even so, he refused to be their adopted child, and he escaped to my place every vacation. Sheesh, just what were you not satisfied with anyway? There's nothing I wasn't satisfied with. It's just that I've received so much from them already. I didn't want to be a further burden on them. I turn away, and all of a sudden, I realize Yumizuka is close by. Her eyes look like she wants to say something, but it seems like she can't bring herself to intrude. What's wrong, Yumizuka-san? I leave Arihiko and Senpai and call out to Yumizuka.
I have something to talk to you about. Is now a good time?
Sure. Can we talk here? Yumizuka's eyes flicker towards Arihiko. Seems Yumizuka isn't good at dealing with Arihiko.
Is it alright if we discuss this in the hallway?
I don't mind. I'm leaving for a while, Arihiko. Waving to Arihiko and Senpai, I exit with Yumizuka into the hallway. So, what did you want to ask me?
I'm sorry if I'm wrong about this, but have you been walking around at night in the business district lately?
Huh? Business district? I rarely go there even in the daytime, let alone at night. Her question is so entirely off that I become interested instead. At night, you say? Around what time?
From what I've heard, past midnight.
Midnight? Then that rules it out completely. I occasionally go out to the business district at night to buy something, but I've never been out into the city that late before. That's definitely not me. My household is old-fashioned, so they've got a curfew at 7. You can't get in after that, even if you try. Since I don't want to have to camp outside, I try to my death to get home before 7. I'm upfront in denying Yumizuka's question. She smiles happily.
Yeah, I know. The Arama family is also the head of a style of tea ceremony. That's right. It must be really strict for you, Tono-kun.
Not so much strict as they like to tease me. Yumizuka-san, you seem to know quite a bit. Are you a student of it?
No, I don't really know that much about tea ceremony. I have a friend who goes there, and she told me it was really strict.
Oh, but Yumizuka-san, how did you know I lived with the Aramas? I haven't told anyone here. I haven't even told anyone here at our high school.
You've forgotten that we went to the same middle school together, haven't you?
Yumizuka giggles as she speaks. We went to the same middle school. I can't remember, so I can't say anything, but if that's true, then it wouldn't be odd if she knew I was entrusted to the Aramas. Yumizuka-san, maybe,
It's okay as long as it's not you, Tono-kun. Sorry for interrupting your lunch.
Interrupting my words, Yumizuka Satsuki goes back into the classroom after saying this. Yo, is your conversation over? Yeah, seems like she just got the wrong person. Hey, Arihiko. Yeah, Yumizuka went to our middle school. To say more, she was our classmate during our 2nd and 3rd year, and now in the 2nd year of high school, making for 3 years in total. Huh? As if he knew my question, he answers. How did you know what I was going to ask? Because of that look on your face. But damn, I thought you were just ignoring her, but you actually didn't even notice her. She's really persistent. Or maybe she's just eccentric. She's had to suffer a lot. Arihiko makes a difficult face and shrugs.
I knew it. She is Tono-kun's girlfriend, right?
What are you saying, Senpai? There's no way that could be. I've never even had a proper conversation with her.
No, there's no use hiding it. You two look like you get along very well. I'm a little jealous.
What's making her so happy? Senpai looks at me with an excited expression. Senpai, Arihiko, you say something to this confused person here too. About what? I don't know what you and Yumizuka are up to. All I know is that you two were having a merry conversation this morning.
A secret meeting at school in the morning. How bold of you, Tono-kun.
Senpai is getting more and more worked up in an incomprehensible way. Well, whatever. After all, it doesn't matter to me if Senpai misunderstands.
But you mustn't be so blunt to her, Tono-kun. Yumizuka-san looks kinda sad, doesn't she? You've gotta give her more of your attention.
Senpai, lunch is going to end soon.
Yes. See you later, Tono-kun. Inui-kun.
Smiling, Senpai leaves our classroom. I feel a little exhausted. Tono, don't go after Yumizuka. Arihiko mumbles this with a stern face. Don't go after. Why? Listen, about Yumizuka, despite her appearance, she's really shy and single-minded. She's not compatible at all with someone absent-minded like you. That kind of girl is dangerous to get really involved with. Arihiko goes back to his own seat. What is he talking about? It's not like I'm thinking of doing something with Yumizuka-san. I'm honored to no one in particular, and sit down in my own seat. The last class of the day ends. I don't feel like going to the mansion right away, so I just blankly stare out the window overlooking the school grounds. The classroom is dyed orange by the sunset. It's like red watercolor paint, and it hurts my eyes. I don't like red. It feels like it soaks deep into the back of my eyes, and I want to throw up. It seems I am weak against things that resemble blood. No, I should say I'm weak against blood itself. 8 years ago, I had a near-death experience. I was in an accident where I was injured in the chest, and I teetered between life and death for days. I should have died instantly, but miraculously, I survived. Maybe it's because of the great medical treatment. However, the injuries were so severe that I don't even remember the accident. 8 years ago, when I was a child, I felt a thud pass right through the middle of my chest. Then I passed out. When I woke up, I was in a hospital bed. All I could remember afterwards was the pain and the cold. I don't remember much of the accident, but even today, the scar on my chest remains. I guess numerous fragments of glass pierced my chest, leaving burn-like scars there and in my back. Actually, I was quite surprised at being saved. Ever since then, I frequently collapsed from an anemia-like dizziness, and caused a lot of trouble for others. Maybe that's why my old man believed I was unfit to be heir to the Tono household, and entrusted me to our relatives. The wound on my chest, huh? The huge scar in the middle of my chest, hidden from view by my uniform. Now that I think about it, after that accident was when I started to see those lines. I'm able to forget them, thanks to the glasses that Sensei gave me. But I think I would have completely gone mad if I never met her. Keiko-san, the person who had been my mother up until now, said when I left that the Tono household wasn't normal. No problem. I'm not a normal person myself. Adjusting my crooked glasses, I pick up my bag. I can't stay in the classroom forever. Now then. And I am actually going to make another save. And call the video here. It's been about an hour since I started recording, and I don't want these to go on too long. So, I hope you've enjoyed everything so far. As always, my name is Saphir Leone. And before I go, you might have noticed down in the bottom right corner that you can see my Twitter handle. If you want to hear me spout nonsense on Twitter, then, yeah, follow me there. And if not, then do yourself a favor and stay far away. But whatever you choose to do, take care of yourselves and stay safe.